division, and we're learning by dividing by just one-digit divisors. So to start off, we need to know our vocabulary for division. This number on the outside is called a divisor, and that's how many groups we're going to split whatever's on the inside of this thing called, I call it the garage. This 999, we're going to split it into, looks like 9 groups. So the divisor is how many groups you're splitting into. The number on the inside is called your dividend, and that's what's being split up in the problem. And then, of course, the answer then is called the quotient. That's how many is going to go into each group. So all division is splitting something up into equal groups. That's all division is. Okay, so the steps for long division, I like to use this way of remembering it. It's does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Now, the D, the M, the S, the C, and the B stands for each step in division. The D is divide, M is multiply, S is subtract, C is check, and B is bring down. So let's take a look at a problem using DMSCB, or does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Alright, so the first step is divide. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, does 6 fit into 5? And it doesn't. 6 is too big. So we got to go to the next digit over, and we're going to say now, instead of 6 into 5, we're going to say 6 goes into 50. How many times? Well, using a times table or knowing your math facts, your sixes, you'll know that it can go in 8 times before it gets too big. So I cross off that step. That's the divide step. Second step is multiply. So we always put a little times sign out here so we know to multiply on the outside. We always multiply the number we just put up times our divisor. So 6 times 8. And we'll put it under here in nice, neat columns. That's 48. So I check off the multiply step. The third step is subtract. So the number I just put there, we're going to subtract 50 minus 48. So we do our basic subtraction. 10 minus 8 is 2. And 4 minus 4 is nothing. The C is the check step. Now, well, the rule is when you're dividing that when you subtract, this number that's left over always has to be smaller than your divisor. It can't be the same and it can't be bigger. It always has to be smaller. So if it is messed up, then that means you messed up here somewhere and you'd have to start over. Okay, so our check looks just fine, so we'll cross that off. And now we do the B, which is bring down. So always draw your arrow down. So this 4 is going to fall down and join the 2. Now the rule is if you bring down, you always got to start all over again and start with the divide. So we got to go back in our steps and start with the D. So 6 divided into 24. So how many 6's can fit into 24? Well, knowing your 6's, that's going to be 4 times. So we put that in the same column as the column we brought down. Second step is multiply. We multiply the number we just put up there, the 4, times our divisor, the 6. And that would be 24. The third step is subtract. So we subtract 24 minus 24. That's easy math. That's 0. Then we check. This is smaller than this, so that's okay. So we can check that off. And the last step is bring down. Well, there's no more numbers here to bring down, so that means we're done. So if we had 504, say, Skittles, and we want to split them into 6 equal groups, you would have 84 in each group. So your quotient is 84. That's how you divide by a one-digit divisor.